Hey, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm gonna talk about top 5
best budget TVs.
Starting at number 5.
Hisense 65-inch. What if you want a budget TV but are willing to invest slightly more money to get something truly impressive? You can get the Hisense U7K, the best premium budget TV we've tested. It's an upgrade over the Hisense U6/U6K in every way. It has a great mini LED backlight and a more effective local dimming feature, which allows it to simultaneously provide incredibly bright highlights and deep blacks, with little blooming around bright objects in dark scenes. HDR content looks great, and the TV supports Dolby Vision HDR and HDR10+ for the best HDR experience possible. It also supports advanced audio formats, like DTS, X over eARC, for the best sound when watching content on physical media. Unlike the cheaper TV above, this Hisense has very good image processing overall, making it a standout for a home entertainment setup. Unfortunately, it still has an inadequate viewing angle, so viewing it directly in front is best. It's also better for gamers as it has a faster response time, leading to less blur and fast action. It supports every VRR technology for a nearly tear-free gaming experience. It has two HDMI 2.1 bandwidth ports, each capable of up to 4K at 144 Hz, so it can take full advantage of recent PC graphics cards or gaming consoles. It runs the Google TV interface, which is fast and easy to use, and it has a great selection of streaming features, so you're sure to find your favorite shows. The U7K is a fully featured TV and is worth the money if your budget can stretch that far. The 2024 Hisense U7N is now available to purchase. It's supposed to have some improvements like better local dimming and contrast, increased brightness, and a new chipset. The TV is also quite expensive at launch, so unless you want those small upgrades, you're better off getting the cheaper U7K while you still can.
Coming at number 4.
Hisense 75-inch. The best budget TV we've tested is the Hisense U6/U6K, which delivers surprisingly decent performance for the price. It looks amazing in a dark room thanks to its excellent contrast ratio, and it has a full array local dimming feature to improve the picture quality in dark scenes, although there's blooming around bright objects. If you want to use it in a bright room, it has good peak brightness in SDR with decent reflection handling, so glare isn't an issue even if you have some lights around. It has okay HDR peak brightness, so some highlights stand out, but brighter highlights don't pop the way they should. It's also a very accurate TV, so content looks like the creator intended. Unfortunately, its image processing isn't great. Its sharpness processing when upscaling is decent, but its low-quality content smoothing is poor, with visible digital artifacts in low bitrate content. Like many TVs in this price range, the viewing angle is inadequate, so it's best when viewed directly from the center of the screen since the image is degraded when watched from the sides. Still, this TV has plenty of features. It supports Dolby Vision HDR and HDR10+, so content looks its best regardless of source. It can pass through advanced Dolby audio formats through eARC and basic DTS 5.1 through ARC, but unfortunately, it can't pass through advanced DTS audio formats, so it's not a great option if you're into physical media. It has superb low input lag and variable refresh rate, VRR, support for a responsive, nearly tear-free gaming experience. However, it's limited to a 60 Hz refresh rate, meaning you can't take full advantage of current-gen gaming consoles. Finally, it runs the Google TV Smart Interface, which has a great selection of streaming channels, including many free streaming services. The 2024 Hisense U6N is now available. It's supposed to have an improved local dimming feature for better contrast and an increase in brightness, but it's also a lot more expensive at first, so it isn't currently one of the best budget TVs. Unless you need those incremental upgrades, you're better off getting the cheaper U6K while it's still available.
At number 3.
LG B3 OLED. It's the most expensive TV you're going to find on this list, but the LG B3 OLED is truly a force to be reckoned with in the budget TV space. Instead of spending upwards of $2,000 on an OLED, the B3 OLED offers all the benefits of the panel technology, and more, for right around $1,000. For folks looking for the barest of bones OLED, the A2 OLED is great too, but the B3 goes well above its little brother by adding a 120Hz native panel, 2 HDMI 2.1 ports and a better processor to the mix. In terms of performance, it hits a peak brightness of 635 nits, about the same as the Hisense and TCL, but has the ability to cover 99.9724% of the Rec. 709 color space and a color accuracy, measured by a delta E value, of 1.8943. For gamers, cinephiles and really anyone who wants an amazing TV experience, these are some of the best numbers you're going to find at this price point.
Number 2 of my list.
Roku Plus Series. The Roku Plus Series 4K QLED TV marks the streaming giant's first foray into sets after long focusing on software and set-top and plug-in devices, and the move is a successful one. In addition to delivering a ton of screen for its starting price of $499, these TVs also give you surprisingly good picture quality and sound, two things that are usually the first to go with budget sets. So what makes this such a great budget TV? First off, despite its lower price and plastic build quality, it's actually a nice-looking screen. Secondly, though, Roku uses a QLED screen in the Plus series, which means it's able to produce more vivid colors and reach a higher peak brightness. You can't shift too far off axis or else that color begins to fade, however, it looks great when you're facing front on. If you don't mind making a few compromises on refresh rate, unlike the LG B3 OLED further down on this list, this one's limited to 60 Hz, it's a rock-solid budget pick.
And number 1.
Hisense U6K Min. You can't have a list of the best budget TVs without mentioning the Hisense U6K. It might not have the peak levels of brightness that the Hisense U8K has, but it sports a mini LED backlight that enables better contrast with above-par black levels and a quantum, or color saturation. Tack on Google TV and VRR support for consoles, and you're getting a lot of the best features at a much lower price point. Why we think it's better than all the rest is that, thanks to its mini LED backlight system, the U6K has much better brightness and contrast and a lower likelihood of the dreaded dirty screen effect from non-uniform lighting elements compared to the competition. It also uses Google TV which, although a bit temperamental, is one of the slickest smart TV platforms available. If you want the best bang for your buck, the Hisense U6K can't be beat.
Check out this video description for latest price and more informations. Thank you for watching this video. Please subscribe and stay tuned.